Welcome to the Media Day edition of the LL Football Roundtable, brought to you by Auto House of Lancaster, with the food today provided by Hinkles of Columbia. Let's get into it. We're going to talk a little bit about what we witnessed today. My name is Mike Gross with LNPLancasteronline.com, and the group is, to my left, Jason Guarente of our publications. To my immediate right, Jeff Reinhardt, the familiar one from our publications. And down at the end, last but not least, Mike Drago of MikeDragoSports.com, who is a Berks County guy, but also obviously, since Berks County is part of our league, we're all one big sort of happy family,
yeah, we're
I
happy.
think.
We're
so
happy.
Ryan's, what do you think? This is the second year that we've done it in this building.
Yes.
The second year with a 37-team, five-section football league.
Yep.
What do you think?
100% participation, which was cool. All 37 were here again. A lot of kids. Some teams brought like 7 kids, and some teams brought like 3 kids. But we got to see a lot of kids. Did some fun stuff with them this year. There was a little mini golf putting course out here, and cornhole. And Chris Knight was on the photos, and we had good sessions with all the kids. A lot of cool video interviews coming up. Mike and I sat down with a lot of kids and talked football. I don't know if I have a main takeaway. It was good to see everybody again. You know, you see these people and for 5 months, and then everybody disappears. But a lot of excitement. I think a lot of people were excited to be back, and HEDAC, and here we go. And a lot of good teams from last year. Went to 5 teams, went to district finals last year from the LL. YO won, Cocalico won, and 3 or 4 other finalists. So it was good to talk with those kids about higher expectations this time around, a lot of bullseyes this time around. And I think it sets up for a competitive season again. Berks knows LL, LL knows Berks now. And round 2 of that, year 2 of that, should be a lot of fun, and we're underway.
It leads me to something. I feel like there are 4 or 5, maybe 6, you could argue, teams in this league that are, high school sports is cyclical, but these are programs that have sort of broken out of that orbit a little bit.
Yeah.
And it feels like all of them are probably going to be the normal what they are most years. Jason, what do you think?
Sure. Who are those teams?
Well, I would say Wilson, Waya missing, Manheim Township, Manheim Central, LS. Cocalico. That's 6.
Even last year, Cocalico was supposedly down, and they won the district championship. So it kind of shows.
And Exeter. I have to throw Exeter in that group.
Yes.
Exeter's produced more Division I players in the last 15 years than any team in Berks.
Last
How about
15
that?
years? Okay.
Boom.
All right.
Dropping the knowledge.
That's a strong one. See, Exeter would be one to me that they're on a really good run of elite athletes. Maybe the way Warwick was
a couple years
3
ago.
4 years ago. But you're saying it's beyond that.
There's more coming. They got some young players that are going to be very good, and of course Zach Sandier just signed with Coastal Carolina. So they're not quite what they have been the last 2 years, I don't think, but they're talented.
Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at this. Who are some teams other than those sort of name brands who maybe this is their year? Ryan's, what do you think?
Thank you for putting me on the spot.
Well, I know who but I know the answer.
Yeah. Maybe you'll agree with me on this one. Is Governor Mifflin coming back? Maybe.
They wouldn't be my first choice. No, I would have jumped in and said Twin Valley is the team.
Oh, okay. That's not who I had in mind.
Yeah, I think that they are clearly ahead of everybody in Section 2.
Section 3.
Section 3, sorry. Brett Myers in his second year there just has it rolling. I mean, he's got, and they're young, and they're big. Their offensive line averages 6'3", 280.
Wow.
I mean, that's nobody in Section 1 is that big.
It's good size.
Good size.
Yeah,
that is good
and
size.
and he's got a track record as a coach.
Okay.
Won 3 straight district titles at Middletown. Played in a pair of PIAA championship games. So watch out for them.
Yeah, Twin Valley. Yeah,
Jason,
agreed.
who do you other than the name brands? Let's say.
Well, I would say it's an old name brand, right? Lancaster Catholic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
From state championships of yesteryear, they're back at the top of the section and ready to do some damage.
I think in Section 5 they would certainly be the favorite, and they won 10 games last year after struggling a little bit. I thought all of you were going to say Garden Spot.
That I was just going to say. I swear, I was just going to say, Mike, I'd like to add Garden Spot to the mix. Got a chance to talk to a bunch of their guys today, and with Coach Z. Yeah, district team last year, crooked numbers all over the place. Kai Harding.
Good skill position kids and a quarterback who can do
Yes,
both.
dual threat, 1,000
threat.
pass, 1,900 pass, 1,000-yard rush. Great season with O-line kids back. Whitmer, Gruber, I think Garden Spot in Section 3, Twin Valley, those two, look out.
Why does our league produce so many good big guys? Big linemen.
You seeing that in Berks too? A lot of
I
big
mean,
linemen
you know,
kids?
I mean, Shady Maple's got to get a lot of credit. You know.
Well, you know, Williams last year at YO. I mean, it's a good time right now to be a big O-line.
Yeah, Williams
D-line
from
kid.
why I'm missing was one of the best offensive tackles in the country, high school last year, and now he's at Penn State. And what I heard here is he's already in the 2 deep at Penn State, which is incredible. But you know, the Rucci and the kid at YO now.
Yeah, Wyomissing's got another Penn State guy at tackle, Caleb Brewer.
Yes.
You know, and he's
Yeah, Wyoming.
pretty much the equal of Javen Williams. He's not his feet aren't as quick. He doesn't move
Yeah.
because Javen
He was
looked
exceptional in that
Looked like a
one,
running
Williams.
back going around the
Yeah,
end.
he was a
But
beast.
Caleb is actually a little bigger and stronger at this age and this level.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, gang. Any games you're looking forward to? Any
Games.
Mark it down in your calendar. This is one of your categories.
Okay. Week one, Cocalico at Warwick. I think that's an
Okay.
awesome backyard game. Cocalico opens defense of his district title. Warwick wanting bigger and better things after not a great season last
Yeah.
year, but they had 8 road games last year. Don't forget.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
weird.
they have 7 home games this year
Yeah.
in their new facility. That should be a lot of fun. And then I think the usual suspect games, Cocalico LS and Cocalico YO, those should be fabulous. I think Garden Spot against Twin Valley in Section 3 should be great. Manheim Central Exeter in Week 10. At Exeter should be for all the marbles there. Township Wilson in Week 10 and West Lawn should
You
be
don't
great.
get to name them all, Ryan.
Well, you said games. But yeah, those are the ones I would circle off the top. I'll shut up now.
Well, I'm sure he stole all of yours, Jason. So anyway.
I'll go Township Hempfield.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah.
Hempfield wins?
Yeah,
at
Hempfield was
Township.
at the top of Section 1 last year against these Township and Wilson and Hempfield. Will they be able to? They lost some pieces, but
I did.
We've also gotten how far into this without mentioning David Polly, who will be the marquee name in the league. for the most part.
Yeah. That's when I mentioned big guys earlier, I probably should have mentioned him.
pretty
A
big.
defensive lineman from Hempfield who's going to USC and is an interesting kid. And he's a 6'3", 315-pound force. So it'll be fun to watch him play. for
No
sure.
doubt. No, we don't have many USC kids come through the LL League.
That's true.
Not many.
That's
ever.
true.
Yeah.
Rhymes with his mastery of understatement comes through again.
There you go.
So anyway, that's it. It begins in a couple of weeks, and then we'll be bananas with high school football all through the fall. And we hope you check out our coverage of all that stuff on LNP, LancasterOnline.com, and MikeDragoSports.com.
Don't miss it.
For Jason Guarente, Jeff Reinhardt, Mike Drago, I'm Mike Gross. We'll see you later.